Why are so many university language programs struggling to maintain enrollment while others thrive and grow? I'm Adam Wooten, an educator and professional who specializes in developing a specific type of education program in language, technology, and management that is growing in several places and could grow at your school too. Let me tell you about it. Our increasingly digital world is an increasingly global world, with 3/4 of the world's internet users navigating the web in a language other than English, creating a consequent need for more skilled bilinguals. That's why demand for bilingual employees in the job market more than doubled between 2010 and 2015. Studies show that most U.S. employers rely on both in-house and outsourced language skills. A majority of employers have seen an increase in demand for language skills and anticipate that demand will continue to rise. Meanwhile, 1 out of every 3 employers say they can't meet all their language needs with their current employees, and that gap in language skills has caused 1 out of 4 employers to actually lose business. However, being bilingual is not enough. Research shows that most large employers worldwide believe intercultural skills are very important, but 2/3 don't believe their country's education systems are meeting those needs for intercultural skill development, even in countries where a majority are bilingual. So as I said, being bilingual is not enough. Graduates still need training to know how to use their international experience and bilingual knowledge in the workplace. And the need for these skills is not limited to business graduates. Thousands of job postings show that employers need engineers and developers with experience creating global-ready products. Fortunately, the number of college students likely to be bilingual and bicultural is increasing steadily. International student enrollment has increased from 3.5% to 5.5% over the last decade. Racial and ethnic diversity of enrolled students, especially among races and ethnicities likely to be bilingual, has almost doubled since 2000. And the number of U.S. students completing a study abroad experience has increased to 16%. That's an increasingly large pool of students likely to have bilingual and bicultural skills. Your school is likely already helping these students to develop common mainstream skills in business and technology, and you may be teaching them language skills too. But couldn't you also help students build on these international, intercultural, and bilingual strengths in combination with practical business and technology skills so that graduates stand out from the competition in the job market? Even though the job market has seen increased demand for bilingual and intercultural skills, traditional university language programs have not seen a corresponding increase in demand. In fact, student enrollment and degrees awarded are falling dramatically, forcing universities to cut hundreds of these language programs. However, with the decline of these traditional language programs, there is a new, practical type of language-related program that is bucking this trend. For the past decade, I've been teaching in a specialized type of language-related program called a localization program that has seen dramatic growth. At the Middlebury Institute of International Studies, our localization program has quadrupled in size over the last few years, and demand is rising more than ever after the degree was recently reclassified as a STEM program, and graduates continue to find excellent internships and full-time employment. At this small private graduate school in Monterey, California, localization is our fastest-growing program. Naturally, the current economic crisis is impacting these rates, but not nearly as much as they affect the rates of other language programs. Undergraduate localization programs are equally as successful. The localization minor I designed at Brigham Young University was noted by Forbes.com to be the school's fastest-growing minor, with 48 students signing up in the first year. The University of Texas at Arlington recently saw even more students sign up the first year it launched a similar localization minor after already offering a localization certificate. Now, Weber State University hopes to build to similar success after launching not only a localization minor, but also an associate's degree at the start of the 2019 fall semester. And those new programs that I designed at Weber State started with great backing, counting 10 official letters of support from employers, 4 offers to donate professional software, and many other outside entities eager to support the program. But let's back up. What is localization anyway? Historically, academics in Europe have been much more familiar with the concept than their U.S. counterparts. Localization is not only translation, but also adaptation. Many products, including websites, video games, and mobile apps, require localization, and that corresponding adaptation can be cultural, technical, or regulatory. For example, Pixar localizes its movies to adapt much more than just language, but also culture-specific visual elements. And localization, which makes up a significant part of the more than $50 billion language services industry, is huge and growing quickly. Job growth in this category is regularly many times faster than average job growth for all occupations. And true, these projections will change with the current recession, but not as dramatically as they will change for other industries. According to Renato Beninato, CEO of the think tank Nimdzi Insights, language services tend to grow even when the economy is not doing well. When business is good, he says, people translate contracts. When there is a downturn, they translate lawsuits. So the localization industry is still conservatively expected to grow during the recession. This was also true during the last major recession when revenues and compensation continued to grow in language services. Naturally, there will be some shifts in the language market as localization is used by many different sectors, including not only hard-hit industries like travel and tourism, but also strong industries like life sciences, gaming, and media. The skill sets for these localization careers incorporate not only language skills, but also skills in business and technology, which makes it much more feasible for educational institutions to build a new localization program, even a stackable program, on a foundation of existing courses in these three areas. This creates a clear path not only for language students to integrate business and tech skills, but also for business and tech students to add language courses. Graduates with localization skills can work in not only traditional business and technology careers that benefit from a global edge, but also in a wide range of additional satisfying careers, including translation, localization management, globalization engineering, and much more. Students can qualify for a range of these jobs with just a certificate, and they would qualify for more additional jobs with an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree. Then, of course, they could prepare for higher level positions with a graduate degree like what we offer at the Middlebury Institute. A new 5-course localization certificate or localization minor could be launched fairly quickly and cost-effectively when considering that it usually requires the creation of only 1 to 3 new courses. Institutions that already have a translation education program that includes translation technology may only need to add a single course on localization. Institutions with a more basic, existing translation education program may need to add only 2 new courses. While most other institutions could build a 5-course minor or certificate in localization with only 3 new courses, as they would still benefit from relevant existing courses in business and technology. Are you a career counselor who would like to learn about language-boosted career opportunities for your students? Are you a professor who would like to learn how localization strengthens programs in business, technology, and language? Or are you an administrator who would like to learn how to cost-effectively build a localization education program? Join us for a free webinar on how to prepare students for language-boosted careers with localization education. I'll be joined by Dr. Mary Reisner and Steve Lank for a short presentation followed by a question and answer session. Register at alcbridge.org.